I was conscious in my mother's womb. On one side, I wanted to express myself as a human being. Yet, on the other side, I didn't, because I felt I was spirit.
Yogananda happens to be what I would call a spiritual prodigy.
Steve Jobs apparently had only one book on his iPad, The Autobiography of a Yogi.
The LA Times called him the first superstar guru of the 20th century.
Through this body, many shall receive the spiritual enlightenment of India.
God is taking me away to America.
Yogananda arrives in Los Angeles, and on the first night, over 6,000 people attend his talk.
Yogananda came and brought us a truth, a universal truth that no one can escape.
Here is a small, brown mystic from a nation that very few Americans had ever been to. And he is here delivering his message with such force that he's making converts by the thousands.
I see behind the scenes. The visible man is a shadow. As soon as I change my consciousness, I see everything, just as if it were a motion picture.
So how did Awake come about? Are you a follower of Yogananda or?
Not particularly. I mean, I'm a yoga practitioner, longtime meditator. So let's see, the nutshell story is that people had been asking Self-Realization Fellowship, which was Yogananda's legacy organization that he founded in like 1925. So they'd been asking for decades permission to make a film about Yogananda. And the direct disciples, the people that really knew him in the body, you know, like from 50 years ago, because he died in 52, I think they just had a really hard time seeing how anyone could do justice to their guru on screen. So the answer had always been no, 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 no. And then at one point, a family foundation who was anonymous to us for the first 2 or 3 years of the 5-year process said, you know, they went to SRF and they said, we really think there should be a film made about Yogananda. It's a really challenging time in the world. We need these teachings. And so to SRF's credit, they have a really skilled media team in-house, and they wanted outside filmmakers to make the film, which I give them a lot of cred for.
Yoga has become something that you do with your body, but it's really about the mind. Yogananda said that there was a secret link between the body and the spirit.
The technique of meditation, recharging the body battery with cosmic energy, for it is not a creed or dogma, but the science of the soul and spirit.
While he was writing the autobiography, we set off the first atomic bomb.
The need for the teachings was more urgent than ever.
He always said, the man who can reform himself can reform the world.
The physical world is not the highest reality. There's something beyond that that we can partake of.
And the film has gone on to gross like $1.5 million, and actually, you know, was one of the top 250 grossing films of 2014, which is pretty amazing.
For a
and
doc.
only 17 films of those were directed by women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to up that game, right?
Well, definitely.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously, the subject matter appeals to a lot of people.
Yeah.
But that idea, you know, again, it's ironic that Yogananda was all about seeing that there's more, understanding that there's more than meets the eye. There's more that you can physically know or you can physically perceive, and that the potential of a human is far greater than a single human
Well said.
actually knows, right? Right.
Yeah.
So, so then tell me, we're going to watch a clip now, but tell me what the big challenge was with opening this film.
Oh my
It's highly
God.
debated, right?
Yeah, highly debated. I mean, I don't think we solved the first 20 minutes of the film until like 2 weeks before we logged picture. We just cut it and cut it and cut it. Because it's really hard. How do you make a film about someone that thousands, if not millions of people think is a saint, you know, was a saint walking on earth? How do you do it in a way that you contextualize him without feeling promotional or overly reverential, while having respect, but kind of showing. So it was like sort of credentialing, you know, how do you get at the otherworldliness of his very famous Autobiography of a Yogi, the book that he wrote in '46, which was the gateway into a lot of people, for a lot of people, Eastern spirituality, in the 60s particularly, you know. But it blew my mind, it actually came out in 1946.
Wow.
Es war gegen Mitternacht, als ich neben Vater auf der Veranda unseres Bungalows schlief und plötzlich von einem merkwürdigen Flattern meines Moskitonetzes aufwachte. Der durchsichtige Vorhang teilte sich und ich erblickte die geliebte Gestalt meiner Mutter. Nehmt den nächsten Zug um 4 Uhr morgens und kommt sofort nach Kalkutta, wenn ihr mich noch sehen wollt. Damit entschwand die geisterhafte Gestalt. Vater, Vater, Mutter liegt im Sterben. Das war nichts als Halluzination, sagte Vater mit seiner gewohnten ablehnenden Einstellung gegenüber einer neuen Situation. Deine Mutter erfreut sich bester Gesundheit. Wenn wir morgen irgendwelche schlechten Nachrichten erhalten sollten, fahren wir sofort ab. Du wirst es dir nie verzeihen, dass wir nicht sofort abgefahren sind, rief ich aus und fügte in meiner Herzensnot hinzu, und auch ich werde dir nie verzeihen.
Gut, perfekt. Passt schon. Perfekt.
Passt schon.
Ja.
Ja. Das ist der Anfang von Kapitel 37.
Ja, sag mal, 387, wo soll ich da anfangen?
Vom Anfang, Kapitel 37.
Ich gehe nach Amerika bis?
Bis wo...
Wie mal?
Stürzt aufgeregt davon.
Dann warf der Meister mir einen Blick zu, der so viel Kraft und Hoheit ausstrahlte, dass ich mich wie elektrisiert fühlte und für einige Augenblicke in sein kosmisches Bewusstsein erhoben wurde. Warte mal, muss ich da das in sein kosmisches betonen?
Ja, in sein, genau.
Da muss ich den mal nochmal.
Mach den nochmal.
So wäre doch ihr Licht nicht jener Herrlichkeit vergleichbar, die dort Arjunas Geistesauge sah. Kurz darauf wandte sich Babaji zur Tür und bemerkte, versuche nicht mir zu folgen, es wird dir nicht gelingen. Babaji, bitte, nee, Moment, nochmal. Ja. Babaji, geht bitte nicht fort, rief ich mehrmals aus. Nehmt mich mit. Er aber erwiderte, nicht jetzt, ein andermal.
Cut.
Cut.
Okay.
Okay, Robert.
And every time I look at him, I think he's looking at me. That is what he's doing. So that is the power of Yogananda, you know, what, 70 years after he's been alive or something. So
yeah.
I'm very bad at that.